What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your Daily Degenerate. This is going to be the second story time coming at you. Don't know really if y'all like the last one. If y'all did, you did. If you didn't, you didn't. Fuck you. You know how it is. You just own that shit. But this is just something I'm doing for fun. Let me know if you do actually do like it. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to see where it goes. Got a lot of stories to tell. Might as well tell the world. Again, do not copy in any of my footsteps. Do not do anything that you hear on this channel ever, because I am a degenerate. I'm your daily degenerate, and I've done some really stupid shit. I do not want anyone to try this at home. Do not even think about it. Like, it is been down some dark paths for my age, and it's just not something no one needs to do. But that's besides the point. Today's story time is going to be about the first time I got arrested. It was a situation where I ended up helping out a buddy, and it kind of, it came back to bite me in the butt a little bit, but it's okay, shit happens. But we're going to spare the small details for the story time. Without further ado, though, let's get in it. So this story time is going to take us way back to not really way back, it's a year ago, pretty much a year ago exactly, of like when this is being recorded, and this is in April right now. So a year ago, kind of like March, April time, like not like beginning of the year, but like beginning of the year, beginning of that like era. It was right in between, like, as you know, I'm a sport bike rider. So pretty much during this time, it was before the R6, and it was before another bike. I had a bike before the R6, and that was a Gixxer. I had a blue Gixxer. I ended up totaling it. Then there was a bike before that. I had a black Kawasaki, and this Kawasaki was built. It was built out the wazoo. It was fucking fast. I had money in this bike. It was a bike that I truly adored. I'm not going to say how much, but I had put money into this bike, and that becomes a crucial part for later in the story, so keep that in mind. It was a good, nice built bike. Anywho, randomly out of like nowhere, like, it was just a really nice day outside for it to be in like March, April time. From where I'm at, it can be like rather shitty, fucking cold outside. It can be really hot. It can be warm. It can be rainy. It can be fucking snowing at this point of the year. But today we got one of them really, really nice days. So my buddy Alex and Josh hits me up, and they're like, yo, you want to go and ride? And I'm like, yeah. And so Alex is 19, Josh is 20. They're decent riders. Like, they're better than me. They've been on, road a little bit longer, but these are some guys that I trust, and they show me some shit from time to time. I share them from time to time, and we're really close friends. So, like, they're good people all around. Anywho, we end up like just chilling for the day, and it rolls around like it's probably, like mid-evening time. Like, it's like, I don't know, between like 4 and 6 is probably about the time all of this goes down. We're gonna just like go and take a chill ride. We want to go watch like the sunset, because it's like, the time where the sun goes down whether really early or really late. So we were gonna go out to a mountain and watch the sunset. We all gear up, we get ready to go, and basically how I describe this area is like, so you have like gas stations, but the main gas station here is Circle K. Like, that's like our main thing. Like, I know a lot of people have like 7-Elevens and shit like that. We have a Circle K, and next to the Circle K is a Sonic. So it was just us three, and we were just riding, and we decided to stop and get some gas before we go up the mountain, because you're not gonna find a gas station on a fucking mountain. Like, you might, but just to be on the safe side. So we stopped, and we were fucking around in the parking lot. We had went in, and we were just cruising while people were paying for gas. And chilling in there, we were looking at the Polar Pops. Like, you got 7-Eleven, they got like the double gulp, the fucking big slushies and all that fucking shit. No. Circle K, they got Polar Pops, and it's like the 89-cent drinks in the summer. Like, it's like the best thing ever. They got some slushies, but they're mid, The fucking fountain drinks, they're mid. Anyway, we're sitting there, we're looking at the slushy flavors, and they always got like, the Coke and the Blue Raz and the fucking cherry. And then they'll have like one off-the-wall flavor, like a Mountain Dew or like a fucking Sour Patch Kids or some shit. Like, they'll just randomly have one flavor that they swap sometimes. And I think it was like the purple Mountain Dew flavor at the time, and it just wasn't good. And we were just like, nah. And Josh brings it up. He was like, hey, we're right next to a Sonic. Why don't we just pull over there and get some fucking slushies? It'll be a little bit more expensive, but we have the fucking money to do it. It's a Sonic. Like, let's just fucking go. And me and Alex were just like, you know what? Fuck it. It's the right idea. Like, we ain't burning no time. Like, if we miss the sunset, we miss the sunset. Let's go chill. So we pull over to Sonic. And the minute I pull into Sonic, like the minute we get into Sonic, I see something that immediately, like, I knew what the situation was about to be when I had first sight on it. And when you pull in, so like basically it's a left turn, you pull in, and everybody, I don't know how Sonics are, we all are, you got like, it's like a straightaway, and then on the right side you got like all the parking, and the left side you got like them booths that you can order at, like them little, you roll your window down, you click the button, you tell them what you want. Over there, we had parked on the right side when you first pull in, so we were in the like just the parking area where none of the booths are. Across from us was this red squatted Wrangler Jeep, and you could just like, the point of the Jeep is I knew who it was, and this dude, we'll just call him Braden. Okay, for instance, Braden and me go a little bit further back than Josh and Alex. Me and him had beef over some shit. He used to have a bike, and he just wasn't a good rider overall, and we've had words over some shit, and it just started like a mutual disrespect thing from both of us. And during this time, like, I live in like a local area, so like everybody knows everybody type thing. Like, it's a really small town type shit. Like, it's just a country, small town area. So you would randomly see kids walking up and down the road. Like, you'd walk to the park, go play basketball or some shit. Like, it's one of those areas. So times before, between like our falling out and to the date that I'm telling y'all about this, like, or not like the day I'm telling y'all about, the day all this shit was happening, like from up to that date, I would see him walking with someone, he would flip me off and I'd flip him back. Like, I'm not gonna put all the blame on him. I was being just as much of a dick to him as he was being to me. Like, it was just one of those things. And it just had created one of those things where we saw each other, we had beef. Like, it was like on site type shit. And I had pulled in, and Josh had walked over to one of the booths on the far end and went and ordered. And when he's ordering, he gets back or whatever, and we're just chilling there, 10, 20 minutes goes by. And randomly, you just see all these truck doors open. And it's not just him. It's him and like 3-4 other dudes, plus their little girlfriends. Like, he's always got to have a fucking girl, some fucking blonde slut or some shit. I don't even know. He's always got someone that he's rather doing wrong or they're with him just for his money. Can't lie, the kid's got money, but he's got daddy's money. You know what I'm saying? Like, back off a little bit, you know? So he's always had someone with him. So all these people, you just randomly see all these fucking, it's like straight up out of a movie scene. They all just open up, everybody gets out, and they just pile into a fucking group and walk over to us. And immediately think, I'm like, fuck, here we go. So he comes up to me, and it just starts out as like about my bike. And that's where, you know, the money aspect comes in, is he was just on my bike. Like, they just come up jugging the shit out of my bike, getting up on my ass. Because for me, black bikes, because I had my Kawasaki was completely murdered out. Like, it was black, complete black carbon, black forks, everything was black on it. And to me, it's like a BMW type thing. So you'll see a lot of like M3s, M4s that are all black, and they'll have like them yellow lights in them. Like, not like the OEM yellow, but like the greenish yellow, you know? And it was that color. Like, I really like that look of headlights on certain things. And it's typically all blacked out cars or motorcycles. And they were just getting up on me for having yellow lights. And it just like was back and forth. Like, me and him both just throwing shit out there, cussing each other out, dickhead this, dickhead that, word this, word that. Like, it was just a jamble. Looking back on it, I should have been more of a man and just threw my shit away and left. And like, later on in the story, that would seem to fucking be the right thing we should have done, but we didn't. Anywho, his buddies end up like starting to say shit, and like beforehand, it was just me and Braden talking, just getting up on one another. Like, you know, I have Josh and Alex behind me, and they're just chilling. It wasn't like one of them Glazer things. Like, they wasn't like getting up on him with me, but like if I said something funny, they would laugh. They would like chuckle at it or some shit, you know, like just that type of thing. And eventually, one of Braden's boys had hyped up and said something, and that ended up bringing my guys into it. You know, Josh and Alex had stepped up. And just overall, it just became a full shouting match between both parties. Like, Alex and Josh and me were all just getting up on them. They were just getting up on us. Like, it was just all around a not good situation. Randomly, out of fucking nowhere, one of Braden's guys throws a swing at fucking Josh, and it misses. And Josh swings back, and they get up. Like, they end up, like, getting the shit. Like, it just, whole fucking fight gets started. I get into it with Braden, Josh gets into it, Alex gets into it, his guys get into it, and the girls run back to the truck. And they go back all over to the cars. Like, they're like, fuck now. And by this point, like, it's, like I said, it's a small area. There's not, like, people fucking out of the wazoo at this Sonic. Like, honestly, nobody really gave a fuck. It was just a bunch of, like, what looked to be young adult males fighting in a fucking parking lot. And it wasn't like one of them full up brawls. Like there wasn't no knives or guns. It was just like a 30-second, everybody ran out of breath and they were like, yeah, bitch. And it was like just everybody backed off. Well, during that time of us actually brawling, ended up the girls of their little group called the cops. And we had picked up on that. And for us, that was like a no-go, because I'm not going to say why, but like, sport bikes, were we legal? Maybe. I'm not going to say yes or no, but you understand what I'm saying. So, and that would come into play later on in the story too. There might have been a little lookout for, one of my bike. We end up leaving. Like, we find complete out. Like, we're like, okay, hey, we think they called the cops. So we're just like, it's better off if we leave. But we was not smart with it. We could have went anywhere we fucking wanted to. We just got gas. We were chilling. Like, sure, there was a fight break out, but we could have just left. Plus, we're on sport bikes. We should have just left the city. We should have just went to another part of town. Like, it would have been way better. We could have just went and got food somewhere else. But no, our dumbasses decide to get on our bikes, make a right turn, go a mile down the road to a Walmart. Same fucking city. So lo and behold, about 10-20 minutes of us chilling in this parking lot goes by, cops come rolling in. We see the cops and we know immediately. Josh starts freaking out. He's like, yo, I got a fucking card on me. I'm not about to go to jail for a weed charge. And I'm like, shit, okay. Well, at this time, because him being an adult, I'm not going to say, my age, but it would have, me taking the blame for it would have been, something that's not going to really impact me in the future, as it is going to be on his part, because he has a solid record. And I was like, hand it to me. And after a little bit of like, it wasn't like a fucking 2-3 minute thing. It was, the cops were already there. Like, we had to make this quick. And he was like, dude, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, just fucking hand it to me. So he ends up doing that. And when the cops got there, they got out and they were like, this just happened. And we just fully admitted to the situation. We're like, yeah, this fucking went down. At the time, we wasn't like pointing no fingers. We were just saying like, yeah, this happened. Nobody had really said who threw the first punch, what had really happened. Like, we were just telling them, this happened over here. This is what our side of the story is. And them other motherfuckers being other motherfuckers made it complete. They have more people. So obviously it got pinned on us. So because of that scenario, we end up getting thrown in cuffs. And not only that, but Josh and Alex being over age. Turns out some of his guys, Braden's dudes, were like 17 at the time. And that was just all around not a good thing. So if I would have known that, I wouldn't have even took the cart in the first place, because it was already like, that was already going to happen for him. But it was way too late. We'd all ended up getting in cuffs, and due to, maybe a lookout, maybe not a lookout, maybe a bolo, maybe not a bolo on mine and Alex's bike, they ended up catching on to what was going on, and we all ended up getting booked. I ended up taking the marijuana charge, and I ended up taking, all of that for my past actions, but they ended up, it was just a situation that was just not all around good, and we could have definitely went into it smarter and had a way smarter situation and outcome from what had happened. And now that I'm getting older and maturing, I'm realizing my mistakes, but hey, it's all memories. What's happened. You can't change the past, and that's one thing I can encourage you, all you people that's listening to this shit. I don't know how many people is going to hear this. Things happened in the past and you can't change them. So, move past it. What's happened, it's done. The sun's going to come up tomorrow. And that's how I look at this shit. It's like, it's just memories. So why not share them, Don't make the same mistake I done. If a situation, something like you're in the same scenario, same shoes I was in, walk away. Best thing I can tell you, just walk away. It could have been way better if we would have just walked away, But anyway, that's the end of the story from your daily fucking degenerate. You know how it is. Let me know if y'all liked the video. If you didn't, you didn't. If you did, you did. Like I said, if you didn't, fuck you. You know how it is. But I'm your daily degenerate, and that's all it is. Peace out, motherfuckers.